All right, welcome back. Now, on this stream, I want to deal with social media influencers. Social media influencers who may have already been paid to talk about critics of dog culture, or who may be paid in the future to talk about critics of dog culture. I believe that it has already been done and that it will continue to be done in the future in response to our presence on the internet, not our presence on YouTube. They are going to and have already and will continue to respond to our presence everywhere on the internet. This is what I personally believe. For those who may not be aware, corporations always pay social media influencers to create content, to produce content, to talk about certain things. You can do your own searches, your own research. Quick search here, you see corporations frequently pay who? Social media influencers. They want influence on the grassroots. Pay them to create and share content promoting their products or services on various platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. Essentially, using the influencer's reach to reach a wider audience and boost brand awareness. You know what else it does? It allows the corporations to be off the hook. You see, the social media influencer can say things that the CEO of some nutter organization would not say if they were to even say anything publicly. The social media influencer can get down and dirty. And like I said, I think we've seen that happen already. I think that guy, we're going to go over him and go over some of these videos that have been created about us. Now, what they like to do is they like to use Dogfree as a proxy. Okay, they want to respond to critics of dog culture. So what they do is they attack Dogfree. But they're aware of the other anti-dog platforms on the internet as well. Make no mistake. Here's another search. Yes, people can be paid to talk about dogs on social media as pet influencers. Here's an article that was published about the money that, that's available as a so-called pet influencer. This one is titled The Lucrative World of Dog Influencers. How to break into this money-making opportunity. Now, if they have pro-dog influencers and all this kind of stuff, then they're going to have people out there also to protect their brand, to attack those who are critical of their product. And I suspect some of these influencers are just that. They're here to sort of mock us. And this is my suspicion. I can't prove it, but this is what I suspect. Their job is just to mock us, to not take anything that we say seriously, whenever possible, twist, manipulate, create straw man arguments, laugh, and mock these people. project them as a joke, as lunatics, hateful lunatics who, don't make sense. They want to project us as people who are just on a hate tirade. Now, if you are submerged into nuttery, that's easy to do. But that video that this guy made that, was recently, I just found out about it when I saw Sheepy's video. This bothered me because this is yet another YouTuber with a massive following. Of all the people, why would these people talk about us? Are you really that triggered? You got all these other things to talk about. If you really dislike critics of dog culture so much, why would you give us a spotlight on your channel with 5 million subscribers? And that's what I want to emphasize on this video.
Today, we're checking out Apple's new AI features while doing 95 in a school.
What I want to emphasize to these social media influencers, it won't work. It might work for other things. You may be able to just mock some other group, make fun of some other group, project some other group like a bunch of lunatics. That's not going to work on us. It's not. All you're doing really is bringing awareness to us. You're promoting us, all of you. Now, like I said, this guy, Jack's Films, has almost 5 million subscribers. 5 million. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you making this video. And again, the video he made currently has 357,000 views, and he just uploaded it 2 months ago. That doesn't hurt dog culture critics. It does not hurt Dogfree. It helps them. I can almost guarantee you the people who run Dogfree, they are thankful. Okay? Because they know that anybody who comes and reads the posts, anybody who comes to my channel and listens, you're not going to be able to mock us. You're going to have to take us seriously. And this tactic of just making fun of everything we believe is cowardly, and it's a weak way to respond. It's very weak. But it's the only thing they have. They can't actually deal with any of the information that we deal with. That's the only card for them to play. Now look at this other video. Y'all remember this one that they made about us. Okay? You make a video, you start talking about Dogfree, you're talking about me. That's how I see it. Critics of dog culture are just critics of dog culture. And he made this video 5 years ago. It currently has 2.3 million views. Thank you. That does nothing but bring awareness to our movement. This don't hurt us. But my thing is, why are y'all talking about it? A Reddit group, and 5 years ago, I mean, where was their following 5 years ago? If it's only at 66,000 now, where was it 5 years ago? Why are you talking about?
I don't usually make
such a small, relatively small
subreddits that
it's relatively small. compared to many of the other groups, is relatively small. Now I wanted to see if I could get a snapshot. Okay, he doesn't share how many members, or maybe he does. And look at one of the things he makes fun of here. Early in his video, he makes fun of dogs attacking youngsters. Look at this. That other guy, Jax Films, did the exact same thing. Once he got around to dealing with our complaints of the safety hazards that these mutants present, they made sure to mock and laugh. And look at them. There ain't nothing funny about this. Now, this is a meme that somebody made. Says, heroic pit bull swims 5 miles out to sea to bite a child. Now, if you watch this video from Jax Films, he gets around to where the Reddit posters were talking about how dogs attack people. And he just brushed by it. Oh, they're scared of dogs. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. Right? Jaws music. Oh, they're afraid of dogs. That's how they mock the most serious things like dog attacks on youngsters. They're paid, and I suspect instructed, to make light of everything. The more serious the complaint, the harder you mock it. Don't seriously engage any of their complaints. Just make fun of it, mock it, laugh it. The best thing, the only card they can play is, hey, project these people as dumb lunatics, insane, fringe, unhinged people. It's not working. Instead, do you know what happens? Their social media influencers get roasted. Get roasted by people with small channels. Jax Films has millions of subscribers, and he got roasted by Sheepy, a chick with less than 200 subscribers. That's all you're going to do. That's all that's going to happen. Just because y'all have a massive platform, it's not going to help you. It's only going to make matters worse for you. Now, this Jax Films guy, again, he uploaded his 2 months ago.
Today, we're checking out Apple's new...
Okay, 2 months ago. He's at almost 5 million subscribers. Y'all remember I think it's Markiplier. Markiplier did this video on us 5 years ago. This joker has 37 million subscribers. 37 million. What in the world are you doing talking about us? You should not have done that. But thank you. Y'all not hurting us. You're helping us. Any amount of attention you bring to us helps us, because y'all's arguments are just trash. Trash. None of you can debunk or refute anything we complain about. If there's something that we complain about that has to do with dog culture, forget about it. So your only card to play is the oh, these people are crazy. Good luck with that. Now, they're not the only ones. These two videos, these two social media influencers, Markiplier and Jax Films, not the only one. But don't overlook this. And look at his thumbnail. Putrid gluttons, mutt nuts. He's sharing some of our, vernacular. Dog lovers are really violent. Can dogs be evil? So his the whole point is project these people as lunatics. That's pathetic, if you ask me. And what happened? A dog culture critic went over his entire video and responded to all his points. That's something they won't do with us in our content. They will not. And if they try, they're going to sound like that guy, Buck City Kennels or Reloaded, that guy I recently responded to. He tried to respond to, I think, 3 statements that I made. And you saw and heard how off base he was. That's what's going to happen if they seriously try to debunk our complaints. Okay, again, this might work with other things, with other philosophies, with other movements. It's not going to work with us. It's only going to help us. Now, here's another one. I think Sheepy talked about this one, recently made a video about this one too. Her name is Moth Cub. Moth Cub. She made a video a year ago. Oh, the times. Okay, Markiplier did this 5 years ago. Jax Films 2 months ago. This lady 1 year ago. Dogfree, the haters of Reddit. The dog haters of Reddit. Now, this is one of my videos. Some of my videos pop up here. Y'all remember this guy? A guy with a massive platform. I shared this. How many of y'all remember? I shared and responded and talked about this. They have these sad, pathetic, and again, he did the exact same thing that the other two did. Ha ha, these people are crazy. Ha ha, they're crazy. They hate dogs. Who hates dogs? Oh, they're afraid about it.
I was an extra in the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
And these are weird, like, platforms. These content creators that they get to, or who come out and try to attack critics of dog culture, they're so strange. And their anti dog content just comes out of the blue. It's not even consistent with the other content on their channels. Now this joker right here got 16 million subscribers. Again, the people who come out against dog culture, they have massive platforms. Are y'all being paid? Because if y'all being paid, that means that this is the best y'all got. And that's sad. How revealing is that? This is the best y'all got? But he did a response to Dogfree as well. He titled it, "This is the worst subreddit." Pathetic. What's going on here? Yeah, you can get all social media influencers you want. It's only going to help us. We're not afraid of this. All exposure is good exposure when you're talking about the critics of dog culture. We are not worried at all. And understand, people, we are in a lot of different spaces. You have Pitbull Victim Awareness, who just uploads, reports and deals with pit bulls, really with bully breeds. You got content creators like me who just basically, share attack reports and kind of narrate the responses, just like a vlogger type platform. You have a podcast, a joint podcast thing with Animal Uncontrol, which is a different way of communicating. Another thing I want to point out with those call-in shows, and in those types of settings, you're more inclined to deal with criticisms. Like, there's a much higher chance that you actually deal with the criticisms against you in dog culture. I think it's more difficult to push an agenda or to maintain some type of agenda when you have multiple people just having a discussion. So dog culture is so despicable. You can literally have people sit down and talk about it for an hour, 2 hours, freestyling. That's how thoroughly horrible it is. Okay? You can't do that when you're just dealing with the people who are insane and babbling and just being a bunch of hateful lunatics. You can't do that. Like dog lovers, let's say pit nutters, for example. There ain't much they can talk about. They sit around, well, what they gonna talk about? All the people their dogs have attacked. Here's somebody else, but this is a small platform. I don't know what they're talking about anyways. There are a number of shorts dealing with Dogfree. This is a small channel. He tried to respond to Dogfree. Says Dogfree subreddit is psychotic. But you see, he's got the same tactic. He's using the exact same tactic. Look at his snippets. Dog owners downgrading the whole neighborhood. Dogs have ruined my ability to participate in hobbies. And he's projecting statements like that as psychotic. No. If you ask me, a person who's impartial, somebody who's neutral, would read this title and read these lines in his thumbnail, and they would say, that's interesting. Let me, get their full complaint. And then they go over to Reddit or wherever, and they find out these people have legit arguments. That's what y'all doing, you social media influencers. You're getting more and more people to convert. And remember, people are always finding us and letting out a sigh of relief, like, oh, thank goodness. I've been wondering where the critics of dogs and dog culture were. I never would have guessed that spaces like this existed. Whether they found Dogfree for the first time or one of our channels or whatever, there's a good chunk of them who are relieved. If you ask me, the dog lovers who find our spaces for the first time, the majority of them sit there and don't say nothing. They immediately understand that we got legit arguments and they don't say nothing. Very few of them actually respond. Y'all not hurting us. You're not hurting us making these videos. You're helping us. Here was somebody else 11 months ago. Made a video. Worst of Reddit. Dogfree. Only 558 views. But again, look at the quote. Dogs are Nazis. That's their only play. Oh, let's project them as hateful lunatics. No. Knock yourself out. If you think that's gonna work, knock yourself out. I think a big contributor to the little popularity that we've gained is in part because of these videos that have been made about us that have a high number of views. I mean, dude, y'all giving us exposure. 2.3 million views. And this guy, in 2 months, 357,000 views. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't have gotten those numbers. Yeah, thank you. And I think there's another one. Yeah, this guy made 2 of them. I read some comments where these people 5 years ago thought that Dogfree wouldn't even be around today. Right? Yeah. They think, you see, a lot of these people, a lot of dog lovers, they think we're some type of temporary group, some type of niche, here today, gone tomorrow. No, 5 years from now, you look back and we've grown and we're going to continue to grow. And really, if you ask me, we going to grow and have been growing in a way most groups don't. Most, especially social groups, it's too easy to break apart from them. It's too easy to gravitate towards some other philosophy. Right? Many of you know what I'm talking about. Some people do it with religion. Oh yeah, this makes sense, but so does that. So let me, cling to this. Oh, this. Well, that don't happen with us. You're not going to be no dog culture critic and then go and be a dog lover. These people, they're trying to kill the anti-dog spirit. And it has to be restored. It has to be restored. Around 12 years ago, I think, there was a walk where victims of pit bulls decided to do a group walk. This was 12 years ago, and this poor video only has 192 views. Okay, they tried, but I'm telling y'all, we need to do things like this as well. We have to start doing things like this as well. Public, in person. I don't know. We could maybe travel to Washington, D.C., or whatever. Of course, no dogs allowed. No dogs allowed. And we need to bring awareness in person. You know how people are. People are always looking for a reason to get out of the house and to just be somewhere and interact with people. We're in this post-COVID era. This is the perfect time for us to reach out to people in person. Now, that's a dangerous thing, as we all know. Okay? Yeah. Hey, you want to travel? You want to go on tour in the United States on a dog culture critic tour? Yeah, that could very well cost you your life. But I'm not scared. Are you? These people 12 years ago wasn't scared. And I'm ready to make it happen. We ain't going nowhere. Y'all like to think that, all you dog executives. You think you can send your minions out, mock them, make fun of them? No, it's not going to happen.
12 months, more than 2,800 people were bitten by dogs in Pima County. That's according to Pima Animal Control Center.
A local group says oftentimes those victims go unnoticed, and it wants to give them a voice. Not on your sides, Alexis Fernandez joins us live from Lincoln Park, where a walk is planned for the weekend.
That's right, Jennifer and Guy. This weekend, a number of victims of dog bites will participate in the first annual walk for victims of pit bulls and other dangerous dogs this Saturday. They tell us it's not about protesting a certain breed, but about giving victims a voice. Pamela Ashley, who made a trip from Alabama, says the day her dog Blue was killed by two neighborhood pit bulls, her life changed.
I lost a dog and we loved him. He was part of our family. But then I saw the children and the elderly and the people that, were defenseless.
Ashley is one of dozens of dog bite victims that will take part in a walk this weekend to share their stories and raise awareness about dangerous dogs.
And if you have a breed of dog that has the statistics, the numbers of attacks with maulings, then it would be prudent of dog owners to take these steps to protect people.
What would you tell pit bull owners who like?
Listen, as I said before, our demonstrations is going to be a lot different from any other demonstration that any pro dog group could ever possibly have. Okay, we got these outdated statistics, 4.5, 4.7 million dog bites per year. We know it's far more than that. You're talking about 800,000 people who need emergency care treatment every single year. We know it's far more than that. Between 20 and 30,000, really between 30 and 50,000 people who need reconstructive surgery every single year. And we know that's even higher than that. Because a lot of these people who need reconstructive surgery, they don't even go to the hospital. They will bend over backwards to avoid having their dogs put down. And they average some like 40, 50 deaths per year. And then when you look at the statistics on a daily basis, you got over a 14,000 people bitten per day. Most people don't know any of these dog statistics. Every day in the United States, according to outdated statistics, some 14,000 people bitten every day, and about half of the attack victims are youngsters. Yeah, you can't laugh at facts like that. You can't just pay some influencer to mock real information like that.
You mentioned feel like their dogs are being targeted and not the training of certain owners.
Well,
now, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? These people 12 years ago tried to organize a march, a walk, just to bring awareness. And this media outlet sat there and tried to defend dogs. Listen to what she said.
with maulings, then it would be prudent of dog owners to take these steps to protect people.
What would you tell pit bull owners who, like you mentioned, feel like their dogs are being targeted and not the training of certain owners?
Huh? Why should, look, if pit bulls, if bully breeds are no different from any other breed, why do they need special training? Why do they always say, oh, well, it's the owners, they're not training properly? Well, they need special training? Meaning they're extra dangerous. But she just threw a lifeline to pit bulls. Hey, what do you say to pit bull owners who say that it's the owner for not training? And again, you got something that's deadly and you got to train it to not want to attack it. And remember, this thing got a brain of its own that can do whatever it wants to do. And y'all gonna try to laugh this off? No, that's not gonna happen.
Well, that's one of those situations that until you've actually been the victim of an attack or a family member of a victim, that you can't really understand.
She says it's about giving victims a support system out there. Last week, Pit and Proud held an event to try to change the breed's reputation one owners say is undeserved.
Oh, Lord. Unreal. Even 12 years ago, we faced so much pushback. 12 years ago, they wanted to report on a group who organized a walk for victims of pit bulls and other vicious dogs. And look at what they're showing us. Oh, by the way, they had a demonstration to show that these dogs are misunderstood.
A support system out there. Last week, Pit and Proud held
immediately after saying that she's looking for a support system, which is what we are, which is what Dogfree is. It's a support system for people like this. But as soon as they point this out, that she, the goal is to have a support system for attack victims, they immediately cut to some pro-pit nutter event. You can't make this up. Oh, remember, they're misunderstood victims.
Until you've actually been the victim of an attack.
And as long as they're trained properly, long as you show them love and raise them with love.
Or a family member of a victim, that you can't really understand.
She says it's about giving victims a support system out there. Last week, Pit and Proud held an event to try to change the breed's reputation.
Pit and Proud? Like, why would you segue into a story like this?
one owners say is undeserved.
Focusing on the pit bull breed, showing everybody that they're not
And then want to get a take from a nutter, a pit nutter. Yeah, we know what your philosophy is. Listen to this.
One owners say is undeserved.
Focusing on the pit bull breed, showing everybody that they're not monster dogs, they're wonderful family dogs.
No, they're monsters. It can rip your whole head off. What are you talking about? You're not going to laugh that off. I'm laughing at you. See, these social media influencers want to mock and laugh at us. No, it's people like this that need to be laughed at and mocked. Oh, they're harmless. They're not monsters. No, they're monsters that will rip your face off. And they do all the time. Nobody care nothing about y'all little goofy demonstrations where y'all bring these things out and just sit there for about an hour and then go home. Yeah, we all know that a dog can go an hour without attacking someone. You're not proving nothing. Guess what? The statistics are still the same. They're still responsible for some 60-70% of fatalities and mutilations. And dogs in general still produce statistics that no other pet and no other animal in society produces. Y'all go on and on about other natural animals. They don't even attack half as much as dogs do. Some 50% of dog attacks are from the dog that people live with inside of their home. So those are the most dangerous. These so-called family dogs that y'all raise and keep inside the home. By the way, y'all's idea that if you raise them inside the home, that they'll be harmless has been proven to be a lie. That has failed. That little experiment failed a long time ago. You don't ever see dogs just living outside no more. What type of world y'all living in? You never see that. No dogs just living outside. Almost all of them live inside. And guess what happened as a result of that? Dog attacks have skyrocketed and more people getting attacked inside of those homes. That's what we need to bring awareness to. How much dog culture is failed. All of y'all's proposed solutions have failed. Nothing that you say work. Being a tree don't work. Being a rock don't work. These things are not provoked. Every attack is unprovoked. Okay? And when you're talking about bully breeds, it's not even up for debate. And I'm not distinguishing between any of those mutant parasites. They produce disproportionate statistics. Okay? That's what we need to bring awareness to. Not to y'all's lies and goofball fantasies. I mean, this is what y'all having to rally around. Statements like this is what y'all having to march based on.
Focusing on the pit bull breed, showing everybody that they're not monster dogs, they're wonderful family dogs.
How you gonna show them that? How you supposed to show people that? Just because they're not currently ripping somebody's face off. Get out of here. It's like, what are you even talking about?
Now, we did try to contact Pit and Proud earlier today, but we could not reach them. Again, the event is this Saturday.
Why would you try to contact a pro-pit nutter organization? And you got a story. Man, please. They are always trying to push back against dog culture critics. If they're this desperate to push back against any criticism of dog culture, you can rest assured influencers are being paid to mock us. They're being paid to mock us. And I'm just letting them know it's not going to work. It's not going to work. See, y'all would be better off to follow us. That way you know We can't be mocked. It cannot. These social media influencers, for example, they could not and would not have a back and forth with us where there's no interruptions. Okay, you make your statement, you have a certain time, and I have a time, and I say what I have to say, or someone else. No, the only thing they're willing to do is hide behind a YouTube video, laugh, make jokes, and that's it. They do not want a dialogue. That guy that I responded to, he's like the only guy in the world who was willing to have a debate. But you see how just insane he was? He couldn't even make an argument. Didn't know what he was arguing. He wanted to argue his own argument, basically. Oh, I'm pretending the American Pit Bull Terrier, and that's the only thing I'm talking about. We'll take our piece of the pie chart. It's like, well, get out of here. So, grab the popcorn. I believe things are going to get worse. As we grow, as dog culture critics grow, as our influence grows, you're going to see more and more attacks against the critics of dog culture. But rest assured, they're going to be pathetic attacks. And they won't do anything to benefit the people launching the attack. It's only going to help us. Okay? And keep in mind, we have not only been attacked, we have also been supported. If I'm not mistaken, Mother Jones also did an article where they sort of complimented Dogfree, right? Now, Mother Jones is like connected with Slate Magazine, but Mother Jones and Slate Magazine, I believe another media outlet, spoke positively about dog culture critics. Grab the popcorn, because it's going to get worse. And our influence will never stop. It will never stop growing. So they're going to have to provide some type of pushback against our existence. Good luck. Shout out to all of you able to join me for this live stream. And I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.